Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike from the Retrollectors. Today we focus on what's considered a good third-party controller for the NES. Well, you're in luck. Today I have Tomee's dog bone controller. Works for the NES, obviously. It's got the 7-pin connector. We're going to test it out and put it through its paces. We're going to test out its functionality with its button presses, if there's input lag, its durability, and of course, ultimate rage test. Stay tuned. The NES controller is arguably one of the greatest controllers ever made. Its simplistic design and arguably one of the greatest durabilities of any controller, lasting over 30 plus years. This is unbelievable how such a simple design that Nintendo made can last so long and still have the same feel as you had when you were a child. From Tomee to Retrobit, so many other companies are in the market to make these controllers last and feel as good as these ones once did. So let's put this through its paces, shall we? First, we're gonna open this up, see what's inside the package. This is not a brand deal, by the way. This is just something I had in my collection and I never used it. It was just on display. So, very, cheap little box here, but it does its thing. Nothing really inside. There's actually nothing inside. It's just the box. And there you have it. It's still in its package, as you can see. Feels fairly cheap. Plastic doesn't feel very well. Directional pads don't feel very good. Very loose feeling, and they press in, which is weird because it's supposed to be up, down, left, right, and not really push in. So I don't know what that really does. The A and B button feel pretty good. The start and select buttons actually are a little bit weird. The start and select buttons are not rubber, they're plastic. Like I said, it doesn't look that great, but we'll test it out. It's got a 6-foot cord, 7-pin controller port, and yeah, we're gonna test it out, see how it works on my NES. Just by plugging this Tomee controller into the port, you can tell the difference that the quality makes. This is very tight, very snug fit into the NES port. Not something that you want to play around with. As you can see, I'm mashing the A button just to get some feel on whether there's some input lag. Nothing so far. The directional pad has no input lag as well. Using it going up and down, left and right, I feel no input lag at all. Using both A and B buttons, I still feel no input lag whatsoever. This so far feels pretty good, just the build of it feels kind of cheap. Once I switched over to the NES Classic controller, you can honestly tell the difference between the build quality that this one has compared to the Tomee controller. It is a much better build quality. Button presses are still the same, no input lag as always. It's still a great controller. Doesn't sound any better. Doesn't twist or anything. Actually, it does twist a little bit. Doesn't feel very good. Now let's try the classic NES controller. Let's see the rage test. Buttons don't feel too bad. It's just, like I said, it feels very cheap. Very cheap. With all these tests that I put it through, nothing to write home about. If you see this in the stores, probably pass up on it. It's not the greatest of controllers. Feels very cheap. The button lag isn't all that bad. It's not too bad at all. It's just, there's no passing this up. If you see this in the stores, buy this. It just feels so much better. Has a little bit of more of a heft to it, whereas this one's just a piece of plastic with a little circuitry inside. It's not too bad, it's just pass it up. Well, anyways, thanks a lot, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the controller. If you have any cheap controllers at home that you've bought and mistakenly bought and decide, hey, what a waste of money. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks a lot, guys.